Welcome back to another Smarter Architect tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at creating a plan that has some orthogonal depth to it. So you see here, just to give you an example, right here, I'm showing you my first and second floor plan for this residential project that I was working on, where I'm able to show you the depth. So in comparison, if I go back to Revit and just let me zoom out just a little bit, you can see just the depth that I'm able to accomplish in this view when I go back and forth between my PDF and Revit. This is what we're going to work on here. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First thing I'm going to do here is we're just going to create a camera view. And I'm already in my first floor, so let's come up here to that quick access toolbar and we'll just do a camera view. And I'm just going to stand somewhere in my first floor and pull my extents till about the end here. The first important step we want to make here, up here on the view steering cube, if I right click, orient to view, and I'm going to click floor plan, and we're going to use level 1. So that's going to give us, point our camera pretty much down on the building. You can see I'm looking down on this. This is a 3-story residential project. So now we're looking down in the appropriate angle. The next thing we want to do is let's click on our section box. And now you can see the section box here. The next thing we're going to look at doing is, hey, now you can toggle the view in any direction, pretty much to give, toggling that section box. But I want to go ahead and make sure that we use the toggle that we need to use. So you can see I've played around with those other 3 toggles, but this is the one that's kind of, you can see it's going to start to crop the building. And we'll just have to continue to play with this until we get it filtered down to the level that we're looking to cut through. I'm cutting through the second floor right now, but if I just keep adjusting this section box, so see, I think I'm right above that second floor there. And here you go. Now I'm cutting through that first floor. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can begin to see the kitchen, which is on the first floor with the living area. And there's a bathroom and some spaces at the rear of the house. But because the view that I'm looking to create here is a little bit off-centered right now, where I'd like to be able to better see into the spaces at the rear of the home, the next thing I want to do is if I just come over here and click once, so you'll see I'm bringing out pretty much this zoom. And what I want to do is I want to click on and center right in the house. You see how I click that center button right there so that I'm kind of centering the zoom. And you'll see now I can see a little bit better into the rear of the home. It pretty much centered my perspective about this area of the home. And that's pretty key in order to look down. So if I wanted to, I'm going to do that one more time because I feel like that's pretty key to this tutorial. And bring that out here, and I'm just going to zoom even a little bit further. And so now you can see right into the center of my plan. And I'll just X out of this. And let's just extend the view so that we capture the rest of the home. And this pretty much gives you the angle. The second piece that we'll have here that we're going to do is let's come up to our visibility and graphics. And once again, we're going to come down to the walls here for visibility, come over to the cut pattern, and we're going to override this cut pattern. I'm going to continue and use a black poche, and I'm going to make it solid fill. And we'll click apply here, and I'm going to click OK. And once again, you're not seeing it in this project because this project has phases. So by default, right now, I need to set this. I set up a phase filter that will allow me to see this properly. And we'll deal with phasing, which is a very important key in Revit that I think has a huge advantage over using AutoCAD. But for this video, it kind of gives you a poche that I think helps you to establish exactly where we're cutting. It helps that cut line to stand out a lot better than without it. The other thing I want to do is if we come over here to graphic display options, I'm going to come back to my shadows and I'm going to check that ambient shadow, and you see how we're getting some shadow kind of here along the wall, which begins to soften that edge. If you like the shadows for the plan perspective, you can use the shadows. I can take it or leave the shadows. I might leave those off. But once again, you know how to toggle it. You know how to change these items. And that's the point of this tutorial. So here you see an orthogonal, pretty much perspective applied to a plan view. And we took each of the steps necessary to create this view. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you and that you'll continue to view the other Smarter Architect tutorials, and leave a comment if you have any questions or any future tutorials. If you're not already a subscriber to the Smarter Architect YouTube channel, sign up today.